Now we turn to Phil, who's got the news on the Eastern Conference, the NBA.
The Chicago Bulls get off to a good start. Michael Jordan only scored 7 points in the second half, but the Bulls beat the Pistons anyway.
Scores and highlights coming right up.
The Chicago Bulls won Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals today. The Bulls used a late run and beat the Pistons 94-83. The Bulls have the home court advantage, and Michael Jordan just wanted Dennis Rodman to know that this afternoon. Only 22 points for Jordan overall. Made good on this turnover. Elevates over Joe Dumars. Chicago a big lead early. Detroit cut it to 1 in the third quarter, but good defense helps the Bulls get back on track. Scottie Pippen, nice lay-in. The Bulls up by 4. Pistons down, but not out. Isaiah Thomas will let it go from way outside. Banker. Yeah, like you planned it, Isaiah. The Bulls put it in anyway with a 11-4 run. Craig Hodges buries a 3 here. It's the Bulls over the defending champs in Game 1. Now to our new and improved basketball scoreboard. Look at that. Who is that, nice or what? It's the Pistons losing 94-83. The Bulls are 6-0 at home this year in the playoffs. Game 2 Tuesday night again in Chicago. Blazers aren't dwelling on yesterday's Game 1 loss to the Lakers, but they aren't forgetting what went wrong. Blazers know they must stay focused during the critical parts of the game. Yesterday's fourth quarter was a prime example.
So we have to get back to the basics of executing down the stretch, and especially against the Lakers, which is so important because if you turn the basketball over against the Lakers, you're not going to beat them coming down the stretch. And that's exactly what we did, and hopefully this is a lesson for our basketball team, and we can, smell the roses and make sure that we don't continue to put ourselves in this kind of position.
The Blazers and Lakers play Game 2 Tuesday night at the Coliseum. The NBA's postseason game show took place in New York today. The league's 11 worst teams record-wise got together for the draft lottery, and the Charlotte Hornets come up victorious. They will have the #1 pick June 26th. And who will their first pick be? Kenny Anderson, Billy Owens, or Larry Johnson? The Hornets did not say today. The Minnesota North Stars have taken the lead in the Stanley Cup Finals. The North Stars are this year's Miracle on Ice. They take the Penguins in Game 3 tonight. 3-1 was the final. It's scoreless until the second period, and the Stars get it going. Minnesota scored twice in 33 seconds in the second period. Mike Pedato feeds Dave Gagne, and he goes between Tom Barrasso's legs. Moments later, Bobby Smith rips one from the circle, and that lights it up again. 2-0 Minnesota, and the fans go nuts. These Stars are on the way as they go on to win it by a score of 3-1. Well, you remember the amazing Mets of '69? How about the amazing Braves of 1991? Atlanta keeps it going against Pittsburgh today. The Braves beat the leaders in the East 7-1. Former Atlanta pitcher Zane Smith got the call for Pittsburgh, and he dials the wrong number here. Lonnie Smith lines it to right, knocks in 2. The Braves up 4-0, and they cruise. The Braves have beaten Pittsburgh 4 out of 6 this year. National League scores, it's 7-1 Braves. Atlanta 1/2 game out of first. St. Louis wins behind Milt Thompson's 3 hits. San Diego 3, Cincinnati 2. Montreal over the Giants in 13. Ramon Martinez becomes the first 7-game winner in the National League, and the Phils lose to the Cubs tonight 2-1. The Mariners' 6-game ride comes to an end. They finally lose in New York. Mel Hall breaks out of a slump with a home run. The Yankees beat Seattle by 1 run. The Mariners, Giants, and Red Sox aren't too happy they let this guy go. Dave Henderson of the A's continues to light it up. Today in Cleveland, he knocks in 4 runs, 3 with this double. The A's are back in first in the AL West. Now, Mark Whiten didn't like the pitch behind his back today, and so he decided to do something about it. Jack McDowell on the hill for the White Sox, and Whiten pays him back with the big right hand. There's some contact. This touched off a big brawl between the Jays and White Sox this afternoon. You get 15 yards for this in the NFL. They call it piling on. The Yankees win behind Steve Howe today. 3-2 was the final there. Chicago beats Toronto 5-4 in a real slugfest. 12-4 Texas. California 10-2 over Baltimore. Henderson has 35 RBI this year, and the A's win at 9-4. Milwaukee 4, Kansas City 2, and Cecil Fielder hit his 6th home run. Detroit beat the Twins 8-3. Kenny Perry beat Hale Irwin in a sudden death playoff to win this year's Memorial Golf Tournament in Dublin, Ohio. Perry went fishing on the 11th hole. First he casts his line, and then watch this, he just kind of reels it back. Perry was very good this week. He would sink this putt for birdie and go to -14. But Hale Irwin wasn't too bad himself. He had the line on this birdie putt, tied him with Perry for the lead. And here's a heck of a shot from a tough lie. Fat rough downhill, and Irwin almost holes out. He lips the cup. Did he want that one or what? He gave it chase. Anyway, it went to sudden death. Irwin needed this to stay alive, but it rolls past, and Perry wins his first tournament, $180,000 for the winner, Kenny Perry. And also tonight, one final note, the Spokane Chiefs won the Memorial Cup.
I'm going to put you on the spot. Who are you going to pick at the Bulls and the Pistons?
Well, I'd like to see Chicago in it.
Yeah.
The Pistons have been there. Let's get some new blood in there.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Thanks, Phil. More news coming up in just a moment.